Joe Biden is coming for your windows. Did you see that shit?
No. What is
Dude,
that?
oh my god. The fucking stupid shit cock cunt fucking president called an emergency press conference to completely incoherently read off a list of things that why Joe Biden is going to ruin the country.
Are you talking about the Rose Garden thing?
Yeah, and one of them was that he's going to be so into green technology that you're not going to have any more lights, folks. No, you're not going to have any more windows. He said that Biden was coming for your windows. Your windows.
I just got done watching the most recent Trump interview on Fox News. Have you seen any of that?
The Chris Wallace thing?
Yeah, he's sweating.
Yeah, dude.
He's just lying. And Chris Wallace is just I don't think that's right.
No, I think this is what I think is that somebody gives him a piece of paper, right? America is at the top of there's a list of countries. America's at the top of that list, right? He doesn't look at the context of the paper at all, right? It's just America number one. Okay, great. What is it for? Oh, coronavirus deaths and fucking not being good at fucking stopping the virus. We're number one at being shitty, right? But it's but he doesn't. I don't think he knows, honest to God. I don't think he knows that that it's I don't think he just looks at a piece of paper. America's at the top. We're number one, right? That's it. That's as much that goes in.
Yeah, what if he really doesn't know that he's quite possibly going to get landslided? What if he doesn't know?
Oh, I think he knows that.
How Trump did his little Mount Rushmore speech and talking about the far left fascists, and then now in Portland, there's literal like secret police brown shirts like abducting people, and they're sent from the DHS, like all under the, directed by Trump. All when it comes down to the, who's in charge.
Yeah. My brain can't handle that shit. Like that's where because it's like unmarked state agents, unidentifiable state agents with fucking rented vans, like throwing people into them.
Mm-hmm.
I just shut up. Like that's like I thought, I thought that when Trump won and I started reading The Anatomy of Fascism and the Origins of Totalitarianism, there was a part of me that was like, I might be being a little hyperbolic about this. He's kind of fucking stupid, so it's not like, he's going to really be capable of like consolidating the amount of state control that one would need to. No. Oh, well, turns out, never mind.
Yeah.
But it's really not him either, right? Like he doesn't have the competence to do any of this shit. It's it's the fucking Barr guy.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's a lot of it's from the DHS. I mean, which is controlled, ultimately controlled by Barr, who's ultimately controlled by Trump. But
yeah,
they're given a certain amount of leeway or whatever. But yeah, you have that guy. What's his name? Wolf. He's like, bit of a psychopath. And then
there's a Wolf guy.
Yeah, he's like the head of the DHS.
Oh,
and then his deputy is Ken Cuccinelli, another favorite of the Republican conservatives. Yeah, so we're talking about some real like lovable characters here.
Some homegrown fucking pieces of shit. Oh, great! So that's wonderful.
Yeah, and they're like not even denying it or anything. They're like, yeah, we sent these people because there's all this violence, and it's like, who are they arresting? You look at all the records, and it's like everybody who got picked up was like the worst thing they did was graffiti. You know, it's just like, really, you sent federal agents to pick up people with spray paint?
Well, like, and you're taking this risk.
Yeah,
of doing this.
You are looking as Hitler-like as you possibly could right now.
Or
it's like
Stalin, if you want to be American about it.
Whatever. Mussolini, I don't care. It's pick which shirt color they're wearing. You know what I mean? It's like the first they came for the communists, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a communist. Like, it's that kind of stuff, man. What a lot of people aren't thinking about right now is that because of the fact that we are living in a semi-failed state and
Hell world.
hell world, and whatever you want to call it. In the global view, America is canceled.
Yeah, that's true too.
We are not.
All of us.
We are not the leaders. We are not the best at handling terrible situations. We are not best at protecting our people.
We're actively harmful to a lot of the world.
We're the opposite of the best.
And the globe.
Yeah. So at this point, we're I think a lot of, especially like the Western European countries and Asia and a lot of places like that, they're looking at us right now and they're like, yeah, they are going down the wrong path, and they have been for at least the last 4 years.
Yeah, or it's never been this obvious.
Did you know that Alex Jones views QAnon as a deep state plot to confuse Trump voters?
I mean, I almost believe it. Or it makes more sense than what Q says it is, which is easily the dumbest thing. I bet it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Trump recently fired his campaign manager.
Probably. Oh, I didn't hear that.
No.
What was Brad or whatever?
I don't know his name, but it was probably because he, told him something like, "Mr. President, you're not looking so good in some of the swing states, right?" Yeah. Particularly Georgia, Texas, Florida, Iowa. There's Biden's like either winning in the polls or, right on your tail. He's like, you know what? You're fired.
You're fired.
It's like, yeah, I don't know if that guy was, recommending the, like, I love statues kind of, approach to the campaign, or if that was, something that he was against. But either way, that guy's out now. And,
I'm sure it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Roger Stone is free. There's no justice in the world. Because justice is a made-up concept and should not be pursued under any circumstances. The only real justice is street justice.
Yeah. Apparently, Roger Stone was on some podcast or show with a black host, and he referred to him in some sort of racial slur. I can't even remember what it was. It's some weird old-timey racial slur.
Like pickaninny or something?
I don't know. But anyways, it was like, wow. This guy's just like, yeah, I just got pardoned by the president. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, he's going full, like, shitbag. I understand that ignorance is a virtue in this country, which is also why a bunch of idiots are talking about, like, well, it's like whatever, like when, you know, when a city school system is like, hey, look, we're going virtual, we can't, there's no way in hell we can make this safe for anyone, right? Mm-hmm. Even if we had the money, like, you can't control kids like that, right? Like, they're not gonna do all the things. They're just not going to, right? So yeah, we're going virtual, and then there's a bunch of these fucking idiots in the comments on like a news article, and it's like they're like, well, what, you know, when they're gonna be like so far behind, or, well, it's like, you understand that nothing that, especially like whatever, like elementary school kids or fucking middle school kids for that matter, absolutely nothing that they learn matters. The only thing that matters is the socialization part, which is like real, right? Like that part's real, right? The socialization of school is real, but like
that's the dangerous part. And yeah, I mean, what's worse off for a kid to miss, you know, like a few months worth of classes, or not even miss them, just like have them done in a different way, or their grandparents dying, or their parents dying, or you know what I mean, like
teachers dying,
or teachers dying. Yeah, exactly.
That's the one that's gonna happen, right? As much as like, you know, yeah, the child could get it, but the child won't die, because for some reason we think that. I don't know why we think that. Like that. Well, I don't remember ever hearing that like children's immunity to viruses was somehow that much different than the rest of us. But I'm not a doctor.
Well, apparently the like kids usually don't show much symptoms, which is even honestly more dangerous to the general public, because they'll just be spreading that shit like crazy without showing much symptoms.
Well, right, and you get fucking however many of them in a room together, right? And who's the one person who might die because of this? The teacher. Right.
I had somebody say to me today, as I was like, you know, kind of putting my mask on, as you know, he was approaching. Oh, don't worry, man. You don't have to put that on for me. I was just like, and he had no mask on.
Yeah.
I just like didn't know how to respond.
Well, it's not
just
for
normalizing
you,
it. I'm just like, yeah. What am I supposed to say to that? Like,
yeah. Like
this is the only shield between me and you. Like,
you fucking
redneck,
dumb fuck, shitbag, dumb fuck, dumb fuck, shitbag. It's done. The neoliberal project to fuse capital with state enterprise and with public service, right, is complete now. And congratulations, you fuckers. Look what you did, right? Look what you did to America, right?
Yeah.
The shining beacon on a hill. Oh yeah? Well, it's that hill was made of shit, and the shining beacon was the toxic waste that was fucking being illuminated by fucking nuclear energy that was created by the toxic waste. And that whole shining beacon thing was a fucking lie, wasn't it? And it was built on the corpses of Native Americans, lest we forget that. Like,
right.
It's
but
like,
yeah, it was like this kind of like neoliberal chain of events that happened. You know, it's like, okay, first of all, the virus hits, right? And then everyone who has their employee sponsored health care,
right.
All of a sudden a lot of them lose their job, right?
It's what, 25% or something, 30% now?
Right, because businesses start closing down, governments mandate it, sure, it's necessary, but then all of a sudden their insurance is gone. They're like, well, no more insurance. And then all of a sudden,
and here's $1,200, you fucking animal.
Yeah, here's $1,200, and then all of a sudden the virus is just spreading like wildfire. And
partially because
we're getting nada from the federal government as far as anything other than recommendations.
Right. And on top of that, the basic things that one must do in order to safely interact in any way with the public at this point, right, are now treated as political objects that are to be debated as what, a fucking free speech issue or what? Like,
right. And so there's all these people running around without masks on, and then you get sick. You lost your insurance because you lost your job because your insurance was tied to your job, and now you have a massive health care bill. Along with maybe who knows some kind of long-term damage from this virus, and you're also scared shitless to go back out there and try and get a job.
So he'll have the deplorables, as it were, right? But the people that were
ones that are still alive,
right? But the people that were like, you know what? Fuck Hillary Clinton. I'm gonna roll the dice, right? Those people, all of them, like, if they're on board with this, then shit is way worse than I thought. Like,
they're bathed in the kool-aid. Like a rundown of what some of the various states have been doing, because obviously with almost zero response from the federal government, the states are kind of left up to themselves to figure out what to do with this pandemic. So of the states that are like kind of, having a hard time right now, You have California, Colorado, and Arizona.
Colorado?
No, I'm sorry. California, Colorado, and Arkansas just mandated masks in the past week.
That doesn't mean anything, though. Masks have been mandated in fucking the county where I live for some time now, and there's absolutely there's no enforcement of it, and nor could there be, because what are you gonna do?
But you have to look at whether the cases are going up or how bad they're going up.
They're going up, but they are skyrocketing here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, that's just I'm just kind of going through what some of these states have done, anyways. So, anyways, that's those 3 states. Arizona allows localities to mandate masks, but isn't refusing to mandate it statewide. Florida, shit,
sucks. I know about Florida. I have parents in Florida, which is safe to say.
So the Florida governor is refusing a mask mandate, also demanding schools reopen, and the teachers union is now suing the governor.
Florida has a teachers union?
Or
the teacher counties
organization or something. I don't know, something like that. There's some teachers organizing and suing the governor of Florida over the idea.
It disheartens me that my wife, the teacher, does not have a union, but Florida, anywhere in Florida, has a goddamn fucking teachers union. It's fucking sad state of affairs.
So the Georgia governor is actually banning localities from mandating masks.
Yeah, that guy is a fucking psychopath. That is some fucking, and yeah. I mean, we knew he was a psychopath before.
Well, he's also suing and trying to prevent the mayor of Atlanta from speaking to the press.
He's trying to put a gag order on a fucking mayor?
Yeah.
Holy shit.